Paul and Silas were followers of Jesus. They wanted the whole world to know about Jesus and be rescued by him, so they could get rid of their sin and be friends with God again. So they travelled around telling as many people as they could about Jesus. But not everyone was happy to hear about what they said, or about the effects it had on people who believed in Jesus. Once, when they were in Philippi, a Roman colony, a crowd of people attacked Paul and Silas and had them beaten up and thrown in prison. There, the jailer was told to guard them carefully, so he put them in a cell in the middle of the prison, chained them up and put their feet in the stocks so they couldn't escape. But even though they had been beaten up and put in prison, Paul and Silas trusted God. So throughout the night, they prayed and sang to God, and all the other prisoners listened to them. Suddenly, about midnight, there was a massive earthquake which shook the foundations of the prison. The doors flew open and all the prisoners' chains came loose. The jailer woke up, saw that the prison doors were open and thought that the prisoners must have escaped. He was really scared about what the Romans would do to him when they found out. He drew his sword and was about to kill himself, when Paul shouted, "Don't harm yourself, we're all here!" The jailer realised something was different about Paul and Silas. He realised that he should be much more scared of God, who Paul and Silas had been praying to, than he was of the Romans. He asked Paul and Silas, "What must I do to be saved?" They replied, "Believe in the Lord Jesus and you will be saved, you and your household." And they told him all about Jesus, who he was and what he'd done. And the jailer did believe in Jesus, and so did his whole household. He was so happy he could be friends with God again. He brought Silas and Paul into his house and looked after them. The only thing the jailer had to do to be saved was to believe in Jesus. He could have his sins forgiven and be friends with God again, the God who was scarier than the Romans. And it's not just him. Anyone who believes in Jesus will be saved. This story is from the Bible. It's from Acts chapter 16, verse 22 to 34.